I am absolutely shaking right now. My husband and I have known each other for 3 years and got married 6 months ago. He is perfect and everything I could have asked for. These past years I thought I had been living the dream, but now everything has fallen apart. 2 hours into our road trip, my husband decided to take a stop at a gas station and get us some snacks. I stayed inside the car and was waiting for him until I noticed he got a notification from Instagram. This surprised me because he was always adamant on never wanting to get Instagram. I opened up his phone and decided to check what it was. Upon opening it, I found messages with a teenage girl. I only saw a couple of them, but they consisted of, "I love you," "I can't wait to see you again," and him sliding on her story saying she looks beautiful. I clicked on her profile and it was obvious she was a teenager, somewhere around 14, 16. The fact he was cheating on me didn't even register in my brain, and it was more so the fact that he was texting these things to someone underage. I did not have the chance to look further because he came back within 10 minutes. I don't know what to do. I am terrified, betrayed, and disgusted. I am stuck with him for 6 more hours and he is noticing I am acting weird. I don't want to confront him on the road and I feel like these hours are driving me crazy. I need to vent and need some support or something. Edit. I want to thank everyone for the replies and support. I have been faking being sick just to get him off my back as to why I am not holding his hand or being affectionate with him. I know I should go along with it and pretend for my sake, but I physically can't bring myself to. I'm going to try to take a nap as we have about 4 HRS left. Truly taking everyone's advice to heart, and thank you for everyone taking your time. I just need to rest my brain before I do something I regret. Thankfully, we are on a trip to see my parents, so after these hours I will truly feel safe. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. He's going to figure it out. You guys have her going in like Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible to screenshot his phone and text or email them to herself and erase the text all before he comes back. She's going to be sweating bullets. And he is going to put the 2 and 2 together, especially when he sees his messages from this girl are already read even though he didn't read them. He's probably already on to her knowing. Doubt she will get any more alone time with that phone. Comment 2. Do not listen to any of the advice given to you. Unfortunately, you'll have to suck it up until you guys get to where you're going. I'm assuming you'll be at a hotel. Wait for him to go to the bathroom, possibly even to sleep. Take his phone, go somewhere safe and contact the police. Screenshots mean nothing as they can be manipulated. Then go back home, file for divorce, get a restraining order, and sell the house. Now, for the update. First, I want to thank everyone for the support and advice they gave. Like I said in my previous post, I just fell asleep during the car ride and told him I felt sick. We were heading to my parents' house and I really wanted to be by them. However, within 45 minutes, my husband woke me up and told me he found a nearby hotel for us to stay in. He said he was worried about me and wanted me to rest in a real bed. He also bought medicine for me. At this point, I was freaking out because now I was in an unfamiliar area and he was being extra clingy. Once we got in the room and we laid down, he kept cuddling me and giving me kisses. It made me feel sick, and so I left to go to the bathroom. I stayed in the bathroom for about an hour. I scrolled through everyone's comments and kept pacing myself about what to do. I knew my husband was growing concerned because he kept checking on me. After I left the bathroom, he looked so worried and I just needed to let everything out. I know the number one advice given was not to confront him, and I know it probably was a horrible move, but I couldn't take it. I told him I found his messages on Instagram. He immediately started apologizing and saying he wanted to tell me sooner but couldn't find the time. He was apologizing but not as intensely as what he could have done. So I confronted him about that and said, "What a lousy apology coming from a pedophile." He immediately went silent. It was probably silent for about 6 minutes when he broke it and asked what I was referring to. I told him and he looked so hurt. He took a deep breath and explained everything. He said the person I looked through his messages with was his 15-year-old daughter, Sarah. He explained that she reached out to him a year ago on Facebook and ever since then was trying to connect with her. He said within 6 months he confirmed he was the father, met up with her a bunch of times, and truly formed a strong connection with her. However, 6 months ago we got married and he didn't want to stress me out with that news, as well as his daughter not being ready to face others. He also explained that when he was 18, he had an on and off relationship with Sarah's mom, when one day she just up and ghosted him forever. According to Sarah, her mom is also strict, which is why the message on Instagram to avoid her mom finding out right now. My mind was spiraling and I knew he knew that. He then placed his phone into my hand and let me scroll farther. Upon scrolling, I found her referring to him as Dad, and she sent him a happy Father's Day a while back as well. He even said he would do another DNA test to prove it to me. I immediately felt guilty. I feel guilty that my immediate mind took innocent texts and turned them inappropriate. And I felt guilty that I saw my husband in that way. I kept apologizing to him about the accusation. However, my husband just apologized and said he understood my point of view and told me it wasn't my fault. I kept trying to tell him I was sorry and he kept saying it was okay. I can see the look in his eyes though, and I can see how hurt he really is. He said we should both just get some sleep and talk more later. To be honest, I can't fall asleep as I feel just disgusted with myself. About his whole secret daughter, it doesn't bother me so much. Maybe BC it's miles better than the alternative. But I understand the situation, and am happy for my husband because he wants kids desperately. But we have decided to wait 2 years to grow our marriage. I feel as if right now I've flushed everything down the drain and have no clue how to make things better. Edit. To answer some common questions or concerns. To the people who think my husband sucks for not telling me earlier, he acknowledged that it was wrong, and through his apology, I understand why he did it. I am slightly hurt, however, if I put myself in his shoes, revealing a secret daughter would be hard and difficult. I don't take it as he doesn't trust me more or it's a delicate situation to bring up. To the people who think I suck for invading my husband's privacy and making rash assumptions. Yes, that was horrible of me and I take full accountability. My husband understands my point of view and doesn't blame me for rushing to conclusions. Although he is hurt, I could imagine him as that sort of person. Comment 1. I mean, to be fair, I would want to know if my partner had a kid before marrying them. He should have been honest with you from the start. Also, I'd be freaked out if I found out my partner was messaging a teenager on Instagram. Your reaction wasn't crazy. Maybe you should have just asked who she was before assuming, but at the same time, if he's never mentioned the possibility of being a father, why would you assume that he's a father? Comment 2. This was the best case scenario. You feel bad, but your concern wasn't unwarranted. You were acting without crucial context he had but didn't give. You were not inappropriate in your concern. Frankly, I'm a little impressed with how your husband handled it. He could have taken that pedo comment as a massive insult, but he considered how it looked to you. That's a good sign of character. It'll wash out and be a funny story one day. Laugh at your silliness and forgive yourself. And hey, you've got a half-daughter. Now, for the next story. This is kind of life-changing and I really need some advice. I have a music YouTube channel with 300,000 subscribers. It's an insane amount of viewers to me, and it's allowed me to live my dream of making music for a living. I'm also anonymous. I don't want to sound preachy, but I've sort of allowed my fans to dreamify me in that since they have no idea what I look like. The canon theory is this super attractive goth gamer girl with the perfect body. I am not that. I obviously won't go into specifics, but I have incredibly low self-esteem and look nothing like what people think. And with the whole dream unmasking remask fiasco, I've made an even more conscious effort to stay anonymous. I do regret this decision in hindsight, but I made the account when I was 14, and it started gaining traction when I was 16, and I wasn't comfortable with talking down to any new viewers. It's dumb logic, but it was true to me at the time. My boyfriend, however, thinks that's bullshit and that I should show my face because it'll make my life easier. I highly disagree. Being anonymous means I can separate work and personal life. We got into a big argument last year after he told his sister who I was. Luckily, she's solid and promised not to tell anyone, and I believe her as we're friends, but it damaged my trust in him. I should have broken up with him then, but I was in a very bad place mentally already and couldn't handle a breakup. Anyways, we got into an argument about it again, and I said that my anonymity online is not up for discussion, and if he brings it up again, I'm going to break up with him. Then, he threatened to leak pictures of my face and body, not nudes, like pictures with my body in them, if I broke up with him. I don't know what to do. I really don't want my identity out there, but would it be worth it to get away from him? I'm sorry if this is dumb. My mind is scrambled. Edit. Sorry for not clarifying earlier. It totally slipped my mind, but he has videos and pictures of me in the studio recording and producing. You can clearly see my face in them, so those videos coupled with other pictures would make it very easy for people to find who I am. Now, for a few comments before the update. Girl, what you need right now is the I am Spartacus tactic. Get your friends to make posts claiming to be you. Get your friends to take vids and pics of each other and leaking them to be you. Do a reaction video on them. Start a challenge amongst your fans. Let's everyone be you for 15 seconds. Your lame-ass ex-boyfriend with his grainy pics won't stand a chance in that avalanche. Comment 2. It sounds like he wants everyone to know who you are so he can ride the famous by proxy train. He's dating a famous musician, everyone. Look at him. If I was in this situation, which might not work for you, but please read, would be to do a face reveal on my own accord. Don't tell him you're doing it. Just post it and explain that you're being blackmailed or that you felt confident enough to post your face. Then break up with him. Comment 3. I love that he is trying to blackmail you into staying together. It is your account, your choice. He should not have a say in this. Then the original poster responded with, that's what I said, that it's my account, my choice, and he doesn't get a say, but I really don't want my identity out there, and I'm worried that if he leaks it out of malice, if we break up, he'll have an advantage over it. Now, for the update. Well, he leaked my face, and he chose a damn ugly picture too. After I made my post, I tried to talk to him about it and got his sister involved. His sister and I are very good friends, and she's on my side 100%. It went better than I expected, but still not good. He stopped bringing it up for about 2 or so weeks before trying to blackmail me again, but in a much more sinister way. He threatened to post a picture if I didn't do certain sexual acts for him. Acts that are a 100% no-go for me. Without getting into details, I managed to convince him that I was sick, and he left it for the night. I managed to move out while he was at work the next day and am staying with his sister and another friend, who both know what happened and who think he's disgusting. Then I made a post on my community tab explaining the situation, something someone had suggested to me. I said my ex-boyfriend is threatening to leak my face and that it's not what I want. I said I don't know when or on what website or if he'll do it at all, but it goes against my wishes, and that if they see it, to report it and respect my wishes and not share it. I got a ton of support, which really helped. He posted a picture later that day along with my full name and which university I attend. I had to go to a meeting with the uni, who are being surprisingly good about it. I made a police report at the uni's request, although I don't think that will do anything. Both sets of parents know what's going on, and maybe I'm just jaded, but I wasn't expecting his parents to be on my side. I think they see how good friends I am with their daughter. I didn't make a post announcing the face leak to my followers, but my comments are filled with support. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice. It really meant a lot. I'm gonna log out now for a bit and stay offline for a while. Comment 1. Send him to jail? This is actually criminal, sextortion. Did you tell the cops why he did it? He needs some counseling and therapy himself before he escalates to the next girl he meets. Classic sexual deviant. Comment 2. This is not only illegal, but could be a detriment to your livelihood as well. You were making money off your channel, and part of that channel was the mystery behind you. By leaking your face against your will, he has caused damages. Sue him. He won't think he was right when he gets served and is being sued for something that should have a high monetary value attached, since it can't be undone. Comment 3. You can definitely sue him. I suggest you read some of the comments that go more in depth at what the key points that he's violated are. He blackmailed you for sex actions, and that's the biggest thing he needs to be taught is not okay. Not only do you need to get a restraining order and whatnot through court, but also show him how serious it is when he not only will serve time locked up, but has to pay you for your losses that could potentially come from your livelihood, YouTube, and other damages. I hope this all works out good for you, and from what I hear about your fan base and friends around you, you'll be 100% okay. Just stay strong and make strategic moves with moving forward on this. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.